stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good evening, graduates, teachers, staff, parents, families, and friends. My name is Catherine Anderson, principal at Deerfield High School, and it is my honor and privilege to welcome you, whether you are joining us in person or remotely, to Deerfield High School's 2021 annual commencement. This is Deerfield's 59th graduating class, and without a doubt, a class and graduation ceremony that we will never forget. A note before we proceed: for those watching at home, please simply click the CC button on your screen to enable captions if you would like them. As the graduation ceremony gets underway, I want us to take a moment and just pause and be in this moment. I'm not even graduating, but I am overwhelmed with emotion for this event. Even just a few weeks ago, or as we know, a few hours ago, we weren't quite sure what this ceremony would look like. But here we are today, nearly 1,500 individuals in one space, as our seniors are finally able to have a moment of semi-normalcy during their final year at DHS. Of course, my emotion, and likely that of yours, is the result of an incredibly challenging year that we experienced. Sadly, we know that this year has been a tremendous year of loss. Loss of lives, loss of jobs, loss of in-person contact with family and friends, and at the school level, the loss of much of the year of in-person learning and extracurriculars as we have come to know it. And for seniors, this meant a loss of a year that you have been looking forward to throughout your entire high school experience. In your final year, you missed big events like homecoming, the homecoming dance and pep rallies, and other important aspects of school look completely different. You didn't get to hang out in the library or the blocks. There was no school chess lunches in the cafeteria. You didn't have Jam for Justice in the courtyard. Some of the clubs and competitions were completely remote. Very few of you saw spectators at your events or even had the chance to be spectators. Prom will no doubt look differently this year, but most importantly, you simply didn't get to enjoy being around all of your friends and classmates in the building for the full year during your final year of high school. I'm sure your list could go on and on. What we have personally experienced this year is unique to each of us, and it's okay to be upset. For all the loss and change that we have faced this year, it's okay to have wanted a different experience. And yet here we are today, at a pivotal moment in our lives where we can recognize the challenges that we faced and consider how we move forward. Moving forward is not just about taking the next step in your life, but taking the next step with purpose, determination, and with appreciation of the lessons that you have learned this past year and your past 17 or 18 years. And interestingly, as much loss as we experienced this year, we also learned a tremendous amount from those around us. This past year, we learned about courage from medical professionals who put themselves on the line to keep us safe and give compassionate care to hospitalized patients and families. We learned about the power and importance of science from researchers who develop vaccines. We learned about the strength and power of amplifying voices in the face of racial injustice from advocates and allies. We learned about passion and courage from our teachers and staff as they navigated using new technology through remote learning, remote plus services, synchronous instruction, asynchronous instruction, community days, simultaneous hybrid, half day and full day, all to provide our students with meaningful instruction and ensure their social emotional well-being. We learned about creativity from coaches and sponsors who kept our sports clubs and performing arts going through both remote and in-person options. Often thinking outside the box, for example, to play an instrument, wearing a mask, with the instrument, also wearing a mask. We learned about patience from parents and siblings who navigated numerous learning and work environments in the same home. And graduates, we learned from you. For a generation that is often chastised for the use of social media and technology, dare I say that you were onto something? Maybe we learned a little bit from you. Maybe social media really isn't that bad. Maybe all the time that you spent on technology actually prepared you and us for the year that demanded we use technology to connect with one another. This year, I am certain that you were at the forefront of helping grandparents, parents, siblings, friends, classmates with some sort of technology. Despite the uncertain times, you swiftly adapted to a new and unfamiliar world, at home, in the community, and at school. You led club meetings online. Perhaps you participated in student congress competitions online. You ran school chess online. Maybe you participated in gymnastics and competed against the other team online. And of course, everyone's favorite, maybe you even turned on your camera, unmuted yourself, and participated in a breakout room. Moreover, you reinvented how we come together as a school community. You ensured that we could still participate in performing arts, sports, activities, and clubs, and engage in all of your classes, connecting with peers and teachers, and even taking AP tests after a most strenuous year. As seniors, despite everything you knew that you had lost, you still showed up as leaders in the school, helping one another and underclassmen to make the best of the year in the most challenging circumstances. This year has been tough, but it has also taught us about who we are and how we can move forward even during the most difficult times. Graduates, there is no doubt that you will move forward with confidence, courage, strength, and passion. The lessons you have learned over the past year and over the past 17 or 18 years have provided you with a foundation to go on and do great things. And so, move forward. Go after your dreams. And in the face of adversity like you have experienced this year, never give up. Think creatively. Think outside the box. Stand up for what you believe in, stand up for what's right, and stand up for others. Now and into the future, don't let life throw you off track. Take the time you need to refocus and gain some clarity. You will be well prepared for your next adventure. So graduates, on behalf of the DHS school community, congratulations on this incredible milestone of your life. There is no doubt that the class of 2021, as a collective group, will move forward with purpose and determination like we have never seen before. Congratulations. Finally, before we move on, just a few notes. While we may not be at Ravinia or Adams Field, we know that today's ceremony will be an extraordinary event because because our graduating class can actually be together in one space. While we may have a change in location, our ceremony maintains all of the treasured components of past year's ceremonies. Since we haven't been in a setting like this for quite some time, I want to take one moment to remind everybody to silence their cell phones. Thank you. Now, please help me welcome to the stage our student speaker, Maya Hannon.
The house I used to live in was next to a small park, and every night I'd beg my parents to take me. One time, when I was little, girls that were students at DHS were there playing basketball. I was sure these had to be the coolest girls I'd ever meet. Teenagers in high school, hanging out without mom or dad. I went up to the girls and I asked them if I could play. They were so kind and eager to let me join. After they left to go home, I remember so clearly running along the stone path towards home and thinking that even though I am just 6 now, there will be a day where I'm as old as those girls. I don't know who those girls were or where they are today, and I think that that was the only time I ever played basketball. But I remember that moment. I remember how kind those girls were and how much it meant to me. Class of 2021, we've had quite the final year. An ongoing global pandemic was able to tear our world apart in a matter of weeks. What most of us thought was going to be an amazing spring break became nearly 4 quarters of virtual school. Our junior year came to a sudden end, and although I could swear that was just a few months ago, here we all are today, graduating. If you had told me in January that we would all be here together, I would not have believed you. What a gift it is to have this celebration here together. I felt as though I had lost the ability to track time this year. Days and weeks blurred into one another. Each moment at home felt slow and never-ending, but quarantine as a whole tore through months and months of my life. I was struggling to understand the news cycles we were living through, struggling to keep up as we stayed at home and did nothing at all. I felt helpless, and I imagine a lot of you did too. It's okay to admit that we all sort of panicked, especially at the beginning when we knew so little about COVID. Grocery stores had limits on what you could buy, and shelves were empty. It was like we were at war with COVID, and the country was rationing our goods. It was easy to pretend that this would all soon come to an end, to blindly trust that we'd unite as a country and prevent the spread before it was too late. I wanted so badly to be able to turn to the people who are meant to be our trusted officials. I wanted a leader to step forward with a message to unite us. Instead, the divide among Americans only deepened. Watching fear and hatred take hold of our country frightened me. To see the line between fact and opinion so heavily blurred has been frustrating and has made me question the trust I felt I could place in truth and logic. I felt so hurt by this betrayal. I entered the pandemic at 16, wrapped up in thoughts of the next fall play, the next test in pre-calc, the next time I could go out with my friends. I was meant to be living through my final moments of adolescence, my final moments with all of you. Never before had I been asked to adapt so much and accept so little. I felt myself longing for normal life, to go back in time, to skip a year ahead, to shut out these present moments of confusing and strange times. But there really isn't a choice other than the present. We have only what each moment gives us. This has been a year that will shape our generation. We have been molded by these events. We have been forever altered by what was once unimaginable. I see the ways we have changed since this all began. We have felt a responsibility for one another. We have felt the power that unity can hold. Our generation's vision will be shaped by this year. I hope that we will push medicine further than it's been pushed before. I hope we will honor science and creativity. I hope that we will seek truth and work against the spread of misinformation. And I hope most of all that we will put compassion first. I remember those girls at the park from when I was 6 because they were nice to me. Sometimes that is all a moment needs, a true and honest act of kindness. Sometimes that is all we can give it. It's human nature to desire connection. We want so badly to be seen by one another, to feel understood, to have a sense that we are a part of something greater than just ourselves. We want others to feel that they can rely on us, that they can trust us. Kindness fosters these connections. Compassion is the foundation of all meaningful connections. Even as children, we know this. But in a year of isolation, stress, and uncertainty, it was easy to forget how praise and empathy bring us together. As we are here today, let us be reminded of the power that community can hold. Let us be reminded of the ways that we can care for one another, how we can listen to one another. Kindness and connection, that's how we move forward. We felt each moment of our senior year slip through our fingers, and from that loss, we have seen the importance that coming together holds. Watching your resilience has inspired me to be better, to work harder, to try again. Your ability to grasp the meaning in every moment that life brings, to never waste what you have been given, has shaped the way I wish to see the world. It was hard to fully embrace the present during quarantine. I couldn't begin to imagine how I'd explain this past year to that 6-year-old girl who ran home from the park dreaming of what life would be like in high school. For many months, I didn't have an answer for her. And in truth, this answer still sometimes eludes me. I have not come to some amazing realization that sets me on fire and gives profound meaning to every dull and anxious moment that this year has brought. I am still very uncertain, as we all are. I do not know how our country will continue to come together, but I know that we must. I do not know how we will finally overcome COVID or face future pandemics, but I know that we must. During the last week of school, I ate lunch with 2 friends in M106. It's not a pretty room. The walls are painted 2 shades of gray, and the tiles have fallen off the ceiling in most places. I walked in, and Reed was sitting in the desk at the back corner of the room, and Rachel in a chair nearby. They were talking about how for years we had imagined something so different for our final moments of high school. My thoughts that day had been very similar. I was feeling like I had lost a lot, like I was missing something that I was supposed to have found by now. How do you move forward when it feels like you've lost so much of the past? I looked at these friends of mine that I love, and I grieved the time together that we lost. Reed got up off the desk and sat down in the chair next to Rachel. He said to us, "But we're here together again. Today is enough." He's right. Yes, the past is gone. There is no chance of getting back the senior year I had once hoped for. But it was good to be back in that room. It was good to be eating lunch with my friends. We were together again. And here we all are today, together again. Today is enough. So I invite us to pause here for just a moment. Let us take a deep breath and quiet our minds. Think about who you're here for today. For some of us, today is our graduation. We're here for ourselves, for our class, for the years we put into this. For others, you're watching your kid graduate. You're watching the time and energy and love you put into making sure we made it here today. And for the teachers here, you're watching the students you have worked so hard for take the lessons you've taught them and bring them into a new chapter of their lives. We are here. We are all here. Together, today. There is a lot for us to be grateful for in that. Let us take a moment to be grateful. Class of 2021. It wasn't a perfect senior year, but it was our senior year. When I see you, I see glimpses of the better world that we will work to create. A world that has been shaped by the resilience and strength that we learned this year. A world that we will create together.
The beginning seems so long ago. I thought these times would never end, but here we stand together one last time, and I remember good times and my friends. We started out alone and unaware, lost in a world we couldn't see. When I reached out for someone, you were there with the friendship I needed so desperately. What lies ahead for me I cannot say, but looking back I realize that all along the way, when I laughed, when I cried, if I failed, then I tried. Oh, I always had the help of my friends. Sometimes you gave an understanding ear, sometimes a helping hand I found, and sometimes I was drowning in a sea of doubt, and you led me back to solid ground. Even when I was out there on my own, I always knew that thanks to you I'd never be alone. Oh, when I faced, when
I would like to welcome to the stage Charlie Hart and Paula Criscala for the presentation of the class gift.
Good afternoon. My name is Paula Criscala.
And my name is Charlie Hart. We are here on behalf of the DHS Senior Executive Board to present the class gift to Mrs. Anderson for the class of 2021. Each year, a senior class gift is presented at graduation. Gifts that can be found within DHS, such as benches, plaques, gardens, and iPads are just a few examples. However, this year, we have learned that our world is bigger than just DHS, as well as the significance of giving back to the community that got us where we are today.
According to the U.S. Global Leadership Coalition, the COVID-19 pandemic has devastatingly affected global hunger and increased food insecurity in almost every country by reducing incomes and disrupting food chains. During a year of struggle, businesses and organizations who rely on donations were unable to give back to the community nearly as much as a typical year. Therefore, as our class gift, we would like to present a generous donation to the West Deerfield Township Food Pantry.
We are inspired by the impact that the West Deerfield Township Food Pantry has made, and we are grateful for the opportunity to donate to a cause that is so uplifting to the community in which we live. As DHS students and residents of Deerfield, we find it our responsibility to give back to the community by helping those in need.
We hope this donation can help return some security into the lives of many families in Deerfield and give students a better chance of reaching their full potential.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie and Paula. On behalf of the students and staff at Deerfield High School, I would like to thank the entire class of 2021 for presenting a gift that impacts the larger community. Your contribution speaks volumes about your commitment to supporting and helping others, particularly during a challenging time of the global pandemic. With that said, in light of the most challenging year, on behalf of the students and staff at DHS, we too would like to present to you, the class of 2021, a lasting tribute. Graduates, as you know, you are the first senior class who spent the entire last semester learning remotely. You are the first senior class who may have never set foot in the building at all this school year, choosing to learn remotely. And if you did come on campus, you wore a mask the whole time. And while that might be true about our freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, for you as seniors, this meant having vastly different last experiences at DHS. And during the most challenging times, while you felt like you lost everything from your senior year, you took a leadership role in your classes, your clubs, your sports, and you're an example for our underclassmen. So it makes sense to memorialize these most unique times. Not only will we remember you as a class, but recall the importance of what it means to be able to walk through the doors of DHS, to have the traditional high school experience, and look forward to every special moment, especially during your senior year. As such, in your honor and remembrance of this most challenging year, at the main entrance of the school, we will hang a plaque that reads, "Welcome to Deerfield High School. May we never take for granted what lies beyond these doors. Let us always embrace our time together at Deerfield High School. In honor of the class of 2021, the courage, perseverance, and excellence that they demonstrated through the COVID-19 pandemic will stand as their legacy to Deerfield High School." At this time, I would like to recognize the outstanding service provided to our students by our retiring staff members. This special group of staff members has impacted the lives of thousands of students during their time at Deerfield High School. They will be remembered fondly by current students, colleagues, families, and alumni for their dedication and commitment to supporting our school community at Deerfield High School. It's hard to say goodbye to staff who have spent much, if not their entire career, at Deerfield High School, supporting our students and staff. Each of these staff members has truly shaped DHS to be the extraordinary school that it is today. Whether it was in the classroom, the gym, the pool, tech office, or even the dean's office, there is no doubt that each of you has had a lasting impact on our school community. Retirees, if you are here this evening, please stand as your name is read. This year, our retirees are Greg Capsamalis, Judy Lupke, Kevin Marsh, Carol Sasma, Mary Schuster, John Sullivan, Frank Such, Ari Tanemoto, and Dana Warrenbrock. To our retirees, we are grateful for your dedication, energy, and passion for lifelong learning. While you may be leaving this year, your impact and influence will always shape the halls of Deerfield High School. You will truly be missed. Next, we will be honoring the recipient of the JFK Medal of Honor. The John F. Kennedy Medal of Honor was initiated by the class of 1964 and began the tradition of honoring a graduating senior who has shown outstanding performance in the area of personal behavior and responsible action. I am proud to announce this year's recipient is Josh Radis. During a global pandemic, we have all learned the necessity of coming together as a community to support one another during this difficult time. Josh is the type of person, global pandemic or not, who naturally seeks to build a positive, caring community and is a model to his peers in what it means and takes for perseverance. Josh exemplifies this through his personality alone. He is kind, friendly, and a great listener. He is incredibly tech savvy, constantly troubleshooting technology issues with his peers and staff, which has been monumental during remote and hybrid learning. In the classroom, he is a model student for both his attention to his work, his enthusiasm to engage with his peers and his teachers. His teachers describe him as organized, punctual, conscientious, determined, hardworking, and a leader who even keeps his teachers in line. Outside of the classroom, Josh is a leader amongst his peers as a 4-year student council member. He is also an outstanding athlete, participating in sled hockey and golfing year-round. Yet most importantly, in the face of challenges, whether that be academic, personal, or even significant global events like the pandemic, Josh perseveres with patience and humor. Josh is a model to all of us how to adapt to change, meet problems head-on, and make the best of any moment. It is without any doubt that Josh will go on to do great things while motivating and supporting others around him. I hope we all can join him in this noble pursuit. Congratulations, Josh. We are very proud of you. At DHS, we are honored to acknowledge students who have achieved outstanding accomplishments through a multitude of pathways. The following awards recognize students for academic accomplishments. First, I am proud to announce the valedictorians and salutatorians from the class of 2021. These individuals earned the top GPAs in the graduating class. Students, as your names are read, please come to the stage for the presentation of your medal. The valedictorians from the class of 2021 are Reese Liebman, and Justin Medich. The salutatorians from the class of 2021 are Jessica Apple, Elliot Brockstein, Jordan Cohn, Anna Fang, Daniel Malice, Rachel Nieder, Nicole Schindler, Rebecca Schamberg, and Emelina St. John. Congratulations. Now, I am proud to honor the Deerfield Scholars from the class of 2021. The Deerfield Scholars have earned the highest achievement in our academic grading system. These scholars are identified within the graduation ceremony program and by the medal they were previously awarded. Scholars, please stand so that we can acknowledge your academic achievement. You may be seated. Next, I am proud to honor those graduates from the class of 2021 who earned the Seal of Biliteracy. The Seal of Biliteracy is a recognition given to graduating high school students who have attained a high level of proficiency in one or more languages in addition to English. These students are identified within the graduation ceremony program. I would like to ask the recipients of the Seal of Biliteracy to please stand so that we can acknowledge your academic achievement. Thank you. Finally, I would like to acknowledge all of our graduates who have persevered through one of the most challenging academic years in Deerfield High School's history. You are all to be commended for your extraordinary adaptability, strength, and tenacity as you navigated this school year. We are certainly proud of each of you. Congratulations. Now I would like to introduce Superintendent Dr. Bruce Law.
To the distinguished members of the Board of Education, I hereby acknowledge that the members of the class of 2021, as listed in the program, have successfully completed the graduation requirements and are eligible to receive the Deerfield High School diploma. Now I'd like to introduce our Board of Education President, Jody Shapiro.
Thank you, Dr. Law. Thank you to our entire administrative team, teachers, and staff who have worked tirelessly, not only this year, but particularly this week, and especially this morning, to ensure today's ceremony for these students and their parents was held in person. On behalf of the entire Board of Education, I proudly accept your certification of the class of 2021 and confer their degrees from Deerfield High School. You graduates are not only the class of 2021, but are now members of an extraordinary class, an exceptional class of people who get to call themselves Deerfield High School alumni. As FDR once said, there are many ways of going forward, but only one way of staying still. Please keep moving forward in life and embrace any way that that journey takes you. Continue living that warrior way. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Now I would like to introduce our class marshals, Chris Dawson and Sam Schwartz, who will announce each of our graduates.
From the homeroom of Mr. Layton and Mr. Rogers, Melanie Lizette Aguilar. Jacob Taylor Ashman. Atsen Ishua Atsen. Ian Joshua Epstein. Maya Susan Feldman. Serafina Marie Gargiulo. Yes, sir. Sarah Nicole Haley. Joseph Liam Kleiman. Morgan Hannah Milstein. Kyle Robert Newman. Lily Kathleen Ox. Lindsay Taylor Rabinowitz. Joshua Grant Radis. John Robert Getty. Ready.
Come on, Jack.
Not bad. Jack Michael Ryder. Jeremy Matthew Rosenblum. And Victoria Turos.
From the homeroom of Miss Allen and Miss Shaw, Abigail Reese Bain. Simon Tobias Blaustein. Thomas Ethan DiNardo. Anna Elizabeth Fang, salutatorian. Devin Ann Greenfield. Yusuf Ahmed Afari. Thomas Joseph Holland. Brianna Rachel Klebard. Zachary Ethan Luke. Daniel Malice, salutatorian. Tyler Andrew Nagelbach. Alexander David Pettigrew. Cecilia Emily Ransberg. Bailey Grace Reynolds. Trey Jaden Simonanis. Ava Jade Thornton. Vincent Uray Udachu. Caroline Susan Vukovic.
From the homeroom of Mrs. Bassler, Eliza Sophia Bankier. Lily Grace Bernstein. Bennett Eli Davijoff. Charles Theodore Freeman. Adam Joshua Jankelowitz. Alexa Brooke Keller. Carly Cohen. Jennifer Janae Lee. Aiden Marks Morrison. Ella Grace Palzett. Boris Hristrov Pendulov. Ellie Grace Poland. Ava Naomi Selbst. Adam Jacob Shore. Benjamin Parker Spiegel. Ari Bennett Weiner. Savannah Rose Weingart. And Benjamin Leo Zamler.
From the homeroom of Mr. Black, Ivan Bandalo. Annabelle Grace Kasiri. Dana Anna Dubois. Demi Ross Friedman. Brady Shane Gagerman. Annabelle Olivia Gensler. Alexandra Nicole Glaus. Ariel Morgan Goldstein. Hayden Matthew Katz. Eric Zachary Rosenson. Alexis Ryan Schmickler. Hayden Noah Siegel. Ava Rose Silverglade. Alex Matthew Snower. Adam Benjamin Spector. Zachary Charles Swag. Lucas Wayne Whitcamp. Chad Austin Zamos.
From the homeroom of Mr. Comerford and Miss Costantini, Isabella Maria Birch. Patrick Hayden Carew. Catherine Mary Svetlana Dorsey. Julia Marilyn Dowell. Matthew Jacob Glassberg. Ezra Nadav Horton. Isabel Mayron Johnson. Louis Henry Cantor. Amy Victoria Lyons. Kayla Rose McCullough. Akia Person. Samuel Byron Reichman. Cameron Donald Sassano. Samuel Benjamin Shapira. Nicholas Austin Vandenberg. Samuel George Voigt. Max Ronald Wilhelm. And Samuel Noah Zinbarg.
From the homeroom of Miss Deegan and Miss Akers, Andrea Balestra. Christopher James Carpenter. Alexandra Faith Danielitz. Brianna Jacqueline Durantis. Alexis Antonia Immersion. Haley Elizabeth Erickson. Brandon William Golub. Charles Thomas Hart. Brandon Tyler Kluge. Donald Charles Nagel. Alina Jawad Rabi. Camille Suzanne Rivera. Anthony Sanchez. Claire Jordan Schwartz. Benjamin Chase Seed. Benjamin Aaron Shapiro. Drew Waldman Shore. Matthew Aaron Zimmerman.
From the homeroom of Dr. Grady, Jessica Riley Apple, salutatorian. Andrew Stephen Bender. Aiden James DiGiovanni. Jessica Molly Dobrin. Bradley Ryan Epstein. Ellie Michelle Greenspan. Hannah Elizabeth Heil. Evelyn Dorothy Cheskowiak. Gabrielle Marie Ryan Colina. Asher David Kriegel. Hinako Matsumoto. Evelyn Ruth Purcell. Emma Sophia Puharich. Cameron Alex Rich. Asher Moriel Berman Rigler. Cameron Harmon Sloan. Isabel Mayrav Strauss.
From the homeroom of Miss Amelia and Miss Polite, Chelsea Ray Burton. Jordan Nicole Cohn, salutatorian. Matthew George Kovaci. Madeline Ruth Gold. Russell James Handelman. Adam Henry Harris. Maxwell Quinn India. Camelia Intadi. Jocelyn Emily Katz. Catherine Emily Kreitzer. Jordan Alexis Levitt. Luke Sander Lewis. Mateo Sean McCready. Eden Molay. Ryan Miles Oakman. Rory Logan Perlow. Matthew Louis Siciliano. Kelsey Elizabeth Wolf.
From the homeroom of Miss Holtz, Talia Shea Cohen. Marley Jules Friedman. Zachary Rock Greco. Sydney Haley Holabo. Ryan John Jensen. Elijah Shernkit Leong. Reese Paige Liebman, valedictorian. Seth Aiden Platt. Sean Michael Powers. Samuel Harris Rosenthal. Skylar Olivia Sachs. Tyler Jessica Schreiber. Thomas Appleson Smith. Samuel David Strimling. Samantha Danielle Swig. Vlada Shannon Waters.
From the homeroom of Mr. Capsamalis and Mr. Lefevre, Shira Eilette Brown. Thomas Gregory Brubaker. Abby Beth Cadkin. Sammy Ryan Chernowski. James William Covelis. John Angelo Flaminio. Jonah Andrew Kaplan. Jess Murphy Kaufman. Bella Grace Lois. Alexandra Joida Pilovich. Jesse Lee Ryson. Ava Mackenzie Rosenthal. Michael Elliott Shutan. Alyssa Angelina Umana. Ariel Rebecca Weil.
From the homeroom of Miss Kenyon, Isabella Michelle Anderson. Brendan Scott Beamer. Joshua Michael Berman. Kevin Sloan Conzemius. Lily Taylor Goldberg. Caden William Hanusa. Joseph Thomas Healy. Walter Michael Hosking. Joshua Matthew Kahn. Ellie Jane Cavadas. Sophia Katerina Martinez. Shane Matthew McNulty. Frank Joseph Montalbano. Jack Donovan Murphy. Sarah Ione Ruelli. Blake Max Sodikoff. Alexis Brooke Strauss.
From the homeroom of Miss Kloss and Miss Berman, Kai Sophie Austin. Apollos Donald Burcham. Nora Patricia Dignam. Olivia Anahid Immersion. Morgan Elizabeth Engelthaler. David Harris Frank. Natalie Maria Hoopy. Andrew Christopher Kingsap. Calvin Parker Krochak. Rachel Lamort. Mason Ray Lewis. Brent Lars Mielman. Logan Earl Rappaport. Brian William Reich. Peter Darlington Reynolds. Benjamin David Wax. Reed Matthew Wilson.
From the homeroom of Mr. Lawler, Lauren Duran Barsky. Maxwell Isaac Bullen. Livia Irene Cohen. Kayla Danielle Trumke. Courtney Colleen Gilbert. Lucy Madeline Goldsmith. Jordana Chloe Hosman. Lila Dorothy Landsman. Zach Lefkowitz. Jared Morris Letwatt. Caitlin Paige Polovin. Jillian K. Sondag. Logan Donovan Wallace. David Philip Weinstein. Joshua Levi Whitman. Kyla Noel Wolski. Jonathan Gregory Ibarra.
From the homeroom of Miss Lazaretto, Ella Pollock Burke. Emily Brooke Carlin. Seth Daniel Cohn. Liam Donald Curley. Nicole Alana Dobrin. Jacob Gordon Grossman. Emma Brooke Schaffel. Daniel Aaron Schraber. Samuel Alexander Skornovaco. Emily Rose Simon. Samuel Henry Singer. Talia Brooke Solomon. Todd Tackberry. Noah Samuel Tessler. Spencer Knight Vernier.
From the homeroom of Miss Lempa and Miss Halpern, Zachary Allen Ambrose. Zoe Rhiannon Avila. Miranda Joy Bialik. Stone Winston Brody. Tyler Logan Collins. Zachary Mason Connell. Mac Fisher Road. Zorn Georgieva. Rachel Elise Gleiberman. Reed Jeffrey Graham. Quinn Foster Halpern. Sophie Grace Handworker. Paula Rebecca Krizkala. Nicholas George Larson. Sophie Michelina Picklin.
From the homeroom of Miss Lynn and Miss Tanimoto, Rose Hannah Berger. Elliot Ian Brockstein, salutatorian. Ethan Mark Buteman. Eli Matthew Carl. Emily Brooke Chernett. Megan Patricia David. Lindsay Leigh Feinberg. Noah Lee Friedland. Jacob Ryan Haley. Isaac Mayer Kliska. Harry Ling Kong. Paige Natalie Kramer. Rachel Nicole Nieder, salutatorian. Finnegan Edward O'Mackle. Nicole Olivia Schindler, salutatorian. Ethan Howard Schwartz. Blake Hudson Balfour.
From the homeroom of Mr. McKendrick, Benjamin Nathan Adler. Sydney Hannah Burke. Brandon Mitchell Cohen. Lexi Beth Cohen. Albert William Kovaci. Brett Guy Emery. Ethan Jake Friedman. Samuel Philip Grinchpun. Leah Grace Hamilton. Pamela Hope Ergang. Hannah Jordan Krengle. Sophia Hope Levitt. Eli Jackson Plofsky. Brett Samuel Tobin. Ryan Jeffrey Trudeau. Samuel Aaron Vanderhorst. Lily Coting Wathen.
From the homeroom of Mr. Mitron and Mr. Soko, Lindsay Rebecca Cooper. Benjamin Santos Cortez Ferry. Isaac Miguel Dorantes. Isabella Ann Flaminio. James Coley Gardner. Jessica Brooke Garland. Nicholas James Hansen. Hannah Jasmine Kowals. Avery Graham Martin. Nicholas Joseph Merton. Madeline Mary Miller. Patrick Jesse Moisha. Nathan David Olson. Milton Patsan. Jacqueline Gali Samandas. Michael Roman San Jose. Caitlin Nicole Seymour. Megan Elizabeth Lou Stancliffe.
From the homeroom of Miss Newman and Miss Egloit, Jenna Elizabeth Burke. Jackson Mark Delareman. Jordan Page Deutsch. Erin Toria Dignam. Maxwell Simon Dunn. Hannah Simone Dworsky. Joshua Ryan Gallender. Jack Stephen Gerber. Maxwell Eli Grossman. Isabel Michael Katz. Eliza Blake Mann. Justin Schretzman Medich, valedictorian. Nathan Valdo Oliari. Grace Ashlyn Sinan. Joseph Robert Shimamoto. Emelina Laura St. John, salutatorian. Jordan Zachary Wood.
From the homeroom of Miss Salih, Eve Maria Azizov. Israel Aiden Becerra. Ella Liat Caspi. Isabella Joy Ciochetti. Isabella Mincha Davila. Francisco Javier Espinosa de los Monteros. Jacob Andrew Goldstone. Jacob William Cantor. Julian Jung Kaler. James David Lindquist. Logan Kenneth Laughlin. Lane Emma Margolin. Corrine Carol Petrosek. John Christopher Sinicki. Gabriella Elise Seep. Julian David Vanderhorst.
From the homeroom of Miss Skonberg-Resnishek, Zachary Morris Buhai. Erin Haley Bernstein. Zane Merrick Danielitz. Stephen Everett DiNardo. Vaughn Lyle Frankel. Zoe Michelle Goldberg. Thomas Allen Hu. Andrew Logan Kaplan. Elizabeth Brianna Lappy. Holly Gabrielle Lyons. Rebecca Louise Newhall. Sawyer Philip Pinar. Anastasia Camille Pomelov. Clayton Mason Sadler. Rebecca Haley Schamberg, salutatorian. Warner Miles Varnado. Carly Page Vogt.
From the homeroom of Mr. Stafford, James Frost Anderson. Catherine Julia Ariano. Julia Claire Brownstein. Melanie Ray Browdy. Justin Isaac Fine. Maggie Dwyer Garrett. Andrew Malachi Hannah. Maya Rose Hannon. Eric James Amai. Alon Charles Kaplan. Andrew John Osborne. Joshua John Puyer. Elliot Rosenberg Rappin. Megan Rosemary Siegel. Landon Elise Sparacino. Jacobus Theodorus Vanden Eyckhoff.
From the homeroom of Mr. Tucky, Caitlin Crane Bittner. Miles Ryan Brodsky. Claire Frances Tellordo. Vincent Paul Flaminio. Chloe Alyssa Friedman. Zachary Ryan Friedman. Mark Robert Goldenberg. Abigail Roswell Johnson. Owen Lorne Cora. Sean Shalom Levy. Matthew Thomas Leteau. Zachary Riley Pomerantz. Michael D. Stoichkov. Alexandra Sophia Victor. Elizabeth Stephanie Weiss. Abigail Sky Wolheim.
From the homeroom of Mr. Vora, Sophia Luisa Bacci. Rudolph John Baumeister. Lexi Rose Bergman. Noah Daniel Bick. Madeline Rose Chalmers. Michelle Farley Chen. Rayan Salah Faluji. Jordan Hope Gittler. Leah Audrey Gray. Suleiman Masood Khan. Nicholas Christopher Cook Lee. Leah Paige Marcovici. Talia Ray Newman. Leah Mackenzie O'Young. Ojas Amol Patel. Nicholas Marique Prus. And Jacob Daniel Yano. This next person needs no introduction, but I'm gonna give him one anyways. At 18 years old, over 6 feet tall, he's been the voice of Deerfield for 4+ years. Some say he's the next Al Michaels. We know him as Schwami. It's Samuel Alexander Schwartz.
And our final graduate of the 2021 class, who makes all of his reputation known on the field, Christopher Harold Dawson. Chris, and then we're gonna move our things from right to left. Okay, do we sit or do we? Okay.
Thank you, Chris and Sam. I present to you the class of 2021. This concludes our graduation ceremony. Please remain seated. We will now commence with our processional. Please be seated. Sam and Chris will now start our processional.